Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. And I'll just say to my honourable friend from Worley that art knows no boundaries or borders. The creative sector is the life and soul of Glasgow North, and it's been a huge privilege to represent talent of all kinds, established and up-and-coming artists of every genre and generation imaginable, and venues to suit them all: the small Hug and Pint on Great Western Road, the famous Stand, the Comedy Club, the Òran Cottiers, and across the city there are even more world-class venues. But these have been some of the first to close and will be the last to reopen. Artists have been some of the hardest hit by the restrictions of the pandemic. And being a performing artist or working in the creative industry is not a hobby, it's a way of life, and it's a way of making a living. And we've heard that throughout this debate, and I've heard it from so many of my constituents. And their contribution isn't just economic. The cultural and social value cannot be measured. Art helps us to understand the world around us, and that will only be even more important post-pandemic. And I've been reflecting recently that live performances are definitely one part of the old normal that I've missed the most, and looking forward to coming back to in the months to come. But that return won't be by magic. Performers don't just get up on stage and perform for the first time. As the honourable member said, no one began their career playing the O2. They need to rehearse and prepare, and they need the physical space and support to be able to do that. And they need a supply chain behind them: sound and lighting, supplies and materials. And again, many of my constituents in those sectors have been hit hard. Some of that's to do with the models of employment and the contracts that have been part of the industry that allow flexibility and creativity. But that means these are some of the people who have been most likely to find themselves excluded from the government's support packages. And if they end up on universal credit, the uncertainty about what even that paltry income might look like only exacerbates the situation. Compare that to what a universal basic income might have looked like, or even just the kind of certainty that the German furlough has been provided. Now, throughout the pandemic, there have been, even in difficult circumstances, real achievements. I pay tribute to the incredible virtual Celtic Connections festival that took place. And I know from friends and constituents that online tutoring and performance will undoubtedly be part of the new normal. And there have been collaborations of different kinds of creativity too. I think of the House of McCallum Whiskies, based in Glasgow North, whose McPink blended Scotch features designed by artist Ashley Cook on her packaging. Our craft and boutique spirit distillers and producers lend their own creativity to the arts sector and need support too. So we welcome what support the government in the UK and in Scotland have been able to provide, but they need to live up to the rhetoric we're hearing from the ministers today with support going forward. Certainty is what's needed to help get our artists back on their feet and back on the road, and that's crucial for artists and audiences alike.